I can
Not
switch
in
it.
front of it.
Yeah, I
Not
can
in
switch
front
it.
of it.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are we
Push that
live?
around.
I'll be going live. Pre-showing it up. A little
Why
bit.
we pre-showing up for something that don't deserve a pre-show? Actually, I kind of like it with the technical difficulties junction syndrome.
Quick. Yeah, we're switching up something real quick, folks. So bear with us. Just
Black people can't do shit right when they need it to be done at the time they need to do it. Niggas gotta just be niggas.
There you go. Professional. Hold up. Hold up. Did I put in the wrong tape? Is this Mortal Kombat 1? Nope, it's MK Annihilation.
Finish him.
Listen. All right, stop it. Stop all of this. No, this doesn't even deserve jokes.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
I don't. No, we're not giving this no type of fanfare opening or nothing. First of all, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 3BGPodcast. We are talking Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
If you ever wanted a movie that tells you that's disappointment incarnate, it's Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Disappointment incarnate. No, Chris. It's not disappointment incarnate. It's really not. This is what happens when your first film is a runaway success and
studio shotguns.
And you decide right there on the spot after seeing the opening weekend numbers, hey,
sequel.
Let's go do this sequel. Do we have a script? No, we're gonna start filming right now. Let's just take the plot of the Mortal Kombat World Tour show, and we're just gonna work from that.
I want people to understand.
I know what happened in the executives' room. I know exactly what happened. When they sat there and heard the whole plot set in front of them, you know what Ed Boon said? Trust me, the kids will like it.
I want people to understand something.
Oh, that nigga okayed it, and you know he did.
I know.
I want people to understand something. Like when Mortal Kombat, Annihilation was coming into fruition, much like how Hollywood does things today, there was this big rollout across all media that Hollywood was trying to do. Were we at Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 when MK Annihilation came out? Or we were already at 3 at that point, right?
3 was out when the first movie came out.
So we're at trilogy.
Not even trilogy, dude. We're at MK4.
Okay, we're at MK4.
This is 97.
So the media rollout.
God, it was MK4.
Yeah. So the media. Yeah, you're right, because the media rollout for MK Annihilation when they shotgunned it was basically, all right, we're gonna get you on the video game tip, which you got with them putting out MK4. We're gonna get you on the TV show tip. That's when MK Conquest came out. We're gonna get you on the live show, which DJ Sue just pointed out, the MK live show.
But that was happening with the first movie.
Yeah, but still, it continued.
I know they continued it.
And then
wait a minute, the cartoon was the first movie. Conquest was the second one.
Well, Conquest is live action, but then you also
that's what I'm saying. But that was after Annihilation.
I know what D's talking about. Defenders of the Realm was right after the first movie.
Yeah,
I know that. So what about Conquest?
Conquest came out
after.
Yeah, it was after
Annihilation.
Yeah, after Annihilation.
Okay.
But they were in production during Annihilation too at the same time, because it came out immediately after Annihilation was dropping. So it was kind of like a domino. Then on the video game, you count the Sub-Zero Mythologies movie game, which also took stuff from the shit that they were doing on MK Annihilation and Conquest. And they were reusing a lot of the costumes, which you see in MK Annihilation, and set pieces from Annihilation on that game. They were going across the board on everything.
Do you want to know something very interesting? What you just said, though, 1997. You know what I remember?
97 and 98 was a very just crazy time.
Do you remember? Do you know what I remember that happened that year? Mm-hmm. Mortal Kombat got kicked right in the dick because everybody was tired of it.
They put Mortal Kombat in your face.
Tired of it.
Like, I mean, it was to the point that even Capcom
hold
was
up,
like, thank God.
Hold up. Uno, dos, and tres over in tres over whatever. I can't point the right way on this shit. But anyway, all three of us, we said, yeah, that's nice. Street Fighter versus X-Men.
Yeah,
I know. I hear that. Mortal Kombat 4.
Yeah, X-Men versus
Street Fighter. They have a game. They have a Street Fighter 3 now.
It was X-Men versus Street Fighter, and then Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 3.
For
and,
D,
no,
it's
Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter
3 New
3.
Generation.
For D,
Yeah, New Generation, Second Impact.
Alpha 3.
Alpha 3 was 98.
Alpha 3 is about to
98.
take up your
But
whole
it's still,
1998
yeah.
domain.
but it's still in that 97, 98 when Mortal Kombat was like just getting thrown down our throats.
Mortal Kombat, despite still having some popularity, I can tell you right now, took it in the gut because the next 4 years after that, they were almost non-existent. Despite still being a working cog, nobody gave a fuck like that.
Actually,
it was weird, man.
no,
it was a low point of their popularity.
It goes even deeper than that because when they first decided to introduce Deadly Alliance, that was the turning point. That was the turning point of getting of Mortal Kombat
next
trying not just next gen, but this is the studio trying to get the fan base back.
And Deadly Alliance wasn't that
and
bad.
Deadly Alliance worked, and then you gave us Deception, and again, Deception from a presentation standpoint. Yes, Chris, it was shaky, but from a presentation standpoint, that opening was beast. That opening is so godlike. After that, the rest of the game, whoo, we got something to talk about. But then, hold on. But then by the time we got to Armageddon, oh yeah, throw it in the trash.
No. I'll take it a step further. When we got the DC versus MK, that's when I was like, throw this shit in the trash.
Well, know it's bad.
First of all,
it's bad when the image of Batman can't fix shit.
No. Both of y'all, stop. We do not mention that game that does not exist. When Armageddon came out, we were done. We said, you know what? This is it.
And
this is it for Mortal Kombat.
Like my wife, we're still playing it, but even she knew. Yeah, I know. Ain't nobody playing this shit.
And that's what made it funny when they rebooted it with MK9, where it all was basically Raiden having a vision of what could be. And then that's when we get the story of Raiden fucking up the timeline repeatedly, multiple fucking times. But that's a story for another day.
Now, this right here, this is exactly what I was going into. Deadly Alliance had that weird mid-2000s aesthetic of weird new metal goth action movies. Basically Blade 2, Underworld, shit like that.
Both of you motherfuckers, I'm going to need you to put respect on the band Edema, okay? I'm going to need y'all to put respect on, because Immortal was a badass song.
I still play that
song. 4.5 minutes.
A
badass song.
I still play that song to this day. Because you want to, like, first of all, but no, I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy the cheese, okay? We have 80s cheese and we have new fucking 2000s new metal cheese.
Now, here's the thing.
But I will say this.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. First of all, when you got a music video and you put Scorpion in it, that warms my heart. It does.
We just reviewed Jurassic Park. Nostalgia is burnt out of D. I thought I made that clear.
I'm talking about back then.
No, Eris. Even back then, here's me. Neat. I hated how they used to always do that while they tried to integrate video games and with real life. I do want to mention one
more thing. When we got to, I think it was Deadly Alliance. Deadly Alliance was 2002, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so funny? 2002 to 1992 does not hit the same for this franchise.
It really
does not.
I mean, because it was the dead years.
Do you know that it took from 2002 all the way up to 2009? It took from 2009 when we got the rebirth of Mortal Kombat, and we got probably the best cinematic storytelling in a video game that has been forever copied and emulated from every other studio. Everybody's been copying the NetherRealm formula.
2011.
Since this, it was 2011. Since that game, right? And for that, I thank Mortal Kombat. I'm like, thank God. This brought Mortal Kombat back from the brink. And here we are with MK11, and they've done some questionable things that I'm not particularly happy with.
It went time travel.
I will say this.
But hey, Shadow Monks was shit though.
As a game, NK11 is still all right. It's Mortal Kombat. That's where D will stop at. That is exactly where I'm stopping at.
The one thing,
but for me, Eris, you explaining all of that. for me, the way I see it, 97 until 2009, dark period.
It was
That was just a
extremely
that was a
dark.
dark period from Mortal Kombat.
And the only
It was
thing
so
that
dark.
was the saving grace of like, it was kind of weird. It was the first time you saw this, but like the look of Mortal Kombat felt very uniform because when you look how MK Annihilation looks visually, MK Conquest, the TV show, looked just like Annihilation, and the Sub-Zero video game with the FMVs looked just like Annihilation and Conquest.
Yeah.
All the shit was all that shit was uniform. All of it was uniform.
Reason. You want to know why? It's named Threshold Entertainment.
The Threshold
Entertainment had the MK name in this.
And they
headline.
produced such
Can't
eloquent
breathe. That's what it had
things
in it.
outside of MK, such as Food Fight.
And hey, and before all you go, they suck. Y'all niggas like Bionicle. They was a part of that.
They
Shut the fuck up.
And they caked up off of Bionicle.
Here's the thing too.
Off of Bionicle.
They did productions on other movies, and if you know these movies, you can see it in terms of the visuals. The Faculty, Dogma.
I don't know.
Yep.
Dogma, yeah.
Gen Y Cops. Oh, yeah. Gen Y Cops. Highlander Endgame.
You can see it in Endgame.
Woo. From Dusk Till Dawn 3. Yes, I've watched it. You can see it. Oh, you can see it. Oh,
is it good old cheap, blocky CGI? Oh, by the way, they're still making CGI today.
CGI.
I can say this. At least they got better computers.
That's really all it is at this point. You got better computers.
At least you got better computers. At least they run faster.
So, but
look, and if you look at what they got, because they do 3D rides too. By the way, it's kind of funny. I asked my friend, he just went to Epcot and he just told me about the little Marvel ride too. And he said it's pretty cool and all that. They do the 3D for all the rest of that. Which here's the thing. That tells me this. If y'all give shit to Warner Brothers Parks and Disney Parks, that means you're kind of trusted. So why does the rest of your shit look like that? I don't know.
No, but
Threshold Entertainment as a group, as all of that, half of their shit is a mystery because they don't even. I don't get it.
Guys, Threshold gave us this.
Hey, Chris, I'm not going to get us shit yanked off of motherfucking YouTube, man. Take that shit down, man. What the hell is
hentai?
that, bro? Yeah. It's like I know exactly what that is. That's Shao Kahn and Liu Kang fighting.
The animality.
First of all, hey, gentlemen. First of all, take that down.
Gentlemen, it really please. Does look like something is attacking.
Gentlemen, please, if you will, please unleash your inner animality.
I remember when Nightwolf said that in the movie theater. Look, we're going to be all over the place, y'all, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, when
this guy, Nightwolf, a.k.a. played by an actual Native American.
I would say this is probably the most...
Now, Mr. Lightfoot has been in a bunch of films. Shout out to him. He's a real Native American. I love those actors, man. Y'all authentic as hell, man. They bring a lot of that to their roles, man. Even with this shitty-ass role.
Now, I will say this. This is probably the most accurate character that's in this movie.
They went 90s Native American, like you got to release your animality because the spirits.
Like when I saw him, when I saw him, I said, "Bro, did they pull you off the world tour and just brought you into this movie?"
Fucking Vulcan Raven, I'm giant and shining levels.
Hey, Chris, when he said, "Look deep inside you and find your animality." Me,
y'all disrespectful ass.
Hey, look. If Mr. Lightfoot was sitting in front of us, he's like, "Y'all niggas funny." Here's me. You can say nigga.
I hate the both of you.
Here's the sick part. Number one, it's very 90s because if you stayed up late at night, they played those commercials. They played.
Oh man, that wasn't in you. That wasn't in you. In you was Sail Away. Sail Away. That was in you. Oh, I don't know who did that one, man. They used to play. Chris, I'm proving.
America really never.
Hold on, Chris,
no.
I'm proving that I was raised around here as a child. They played it on smooth jazz every single night.
No. D, it's not. D, it's not just that. You heard that song. All three of us heard this song because we were around in the 90s. It was on the commercial for Power Moods.
Yes. I couldn't remember who made
This
it though,
thing,
but I gotta look at the video.
But we
after this,
really,
man.
we in America, even now, we just now started recognizing Native Americans in prominent ways. It took us long enough. In ways, we got the new Predator movie out with Native Americans in it. It's like, oh, cool. But like back in the 90s, we were like throwing in like all the tropes of Native Americans, and Nightwolf fit the bill of like the prototypical Native American.
Here's the funny thing. Native Americans, when it comes, especially in media, I will say since the 90s, they were getting a little bit more respect because
I do too. I do,
bro. If they got Lou Diamond Phillips as Nightwolf, I would have lost.
That ain't funny.
No,
that ain't funny. Look, y'all worried about that.
Sir.
I seen who played what's the name in Conquest. He could have been Shang's son. There's a chance Lou Diamond Phillips could have been Shang's son. So let's chill.
Nah, if they got Lou Diamond Phillips, they would have actually had to have cast the character Cabal in the movie.
Well,
that was real talk.
Name dropped.
Now earlier we was talking about how everybody was like, we got to put all the characters in here and all the rest of that. I remember legit people, D being one of them, because I didn't see my boy Cabal and my cousin because that nigga's a fucking crazy ass nigga. Where the motherfucker with a gun at? Where was Strike at? We were legit mad. Those two battles were in the movie.
They name dropped them in the movie, and I'm like, really? We're just name dropping.
I remember that happened. My cousin had his look on his face, just disgusted.
But this is what I'm talking. Like, guys, this is what I'm talking about. See, earlier before we started this podcast, we were talking about Street Fighter. And the big difference between Street Fighter animated movie and how that is like the bar for video game movies at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter animated movie accomplished something that no other video game movie was able to accomplish. You managed to get your entire cast of characters from Super Turbo in one movie, in a 90-minute movie, and you made it work.
Because they were in and out.
That's what I'm saying. But they weren't just in and out like how Annihilation did this.
Integral to the plot. In and out.
They respected the source material. They made every character's appearance serviceable, and then you moved on.
The only thing, look, here's the thing. The only thing you can complain about was this. So Barlog's shirt is just ripping off because he wants to fight, right?
Okay. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, D.
He was sexually attracted.
Hold on. Eric's my favorite part of there. My favorite part of that whole scene. And it's just ended. Okay.
Now, D, let me tell you something. I will happily accept his shirt ripping off than this motherfucker typing with boxing gloves.
I just laugh at the fact that Linda Ashby looked at the script.
They gave him something to do, all right?
No, I'm just laughing that they gave Linda Ashby took one look at the script and said, nope.
Someone yelled out in the movie theater, who is that? Luke, I remember that. Somebody God bless you, random black person in Rivertown during that day. Somebody yelled out, who is that?
Were you guys like me when you saw the beginning of this movie?
First
of all, we noticed things. I know all three of us.
Chris Conrad as Johnny Cage. What the fuck is that?
Hold on. We all noticed things. Number one, the only recognizable actor in this movie is Robin Shue, right?
No, Toledo Soto.
Oh yeah, Toledo Soto. But I'm saying,
let's be real. We know who Toledo Soto is because we're perverts. So let's not act like.
Let me finish. Robin Shue and Toledo Soto, right? They're the only recognizable actors in this movie. Everybody else are straight up new faces. Hell, even Sonya had a different haircut in the movie.
Aaron, imagine if you will. Wait. There's a Harlem Nights 2. Everybody said they ain't coming back, but Della Reese and Robin Harris showed up. Like,
yeah, but
what kind of shit is this?
But hold on, but in this case, first of all, we got different Sonya Blade with a different haircut. This is something, right? You got the closest Lyndon Ashby that you could find on short notice.
My name is Larry Ash.
Sure, let's be real. all white guys look alike, so close enough.
No. That looks like a
no.
that
It's
looks like
the wish version of
Chris,
Johnny Cage,
Chris,
sir.
The wish
Chris,
version.
Chris, if you
I
don't
love
put
Chris Conrad. Chris
if
Conrad
you-
is fun. He's an all-star, man. Come on.
Hey Chris, he's not no all-star. If you don't put RC Cola white man down, nigga, if you
I'm
don't
serious. You like I said, you got the closest
he's an
Lyndon
all-star.
Ashby.
What
The
name
closest-
one thing he did, Chris?
The next Karate Kid, sir.
No,
the
listen.
next Karate
Listen,
Kid.
hold on. The closest.
Young
I'm gonna come to your
Hercules.
house and beat you
All right,
with
wait.
this Black Panther.
Wait,
nigga. I'm gonna beat you with this
stop.
pussy, nigga.
Let me finish.
Fuck, nigga.
Please let me finish. The closest Lyndon Ashby that you can get your hands on very short notice. And then on top of all of that, you make sure that you used all of 5 seconds of that Lyndon Ashby wannabe because the motherfucker actually did the shadow kick from the video game. And he shadow
No bullshit, Aaron.
Wait, hold on, D. And he shadow kicked his way right into a full-on neck break. Now, what were you gonna say, D?
Now, imagine if you will. All right, for D, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but as soon as the movie starts, Mortal Kombat, I thought that was one of the coolest moments ever because everybody in the movie, they're like, yeah, and then it starts, and then it immediately goes down. And by the time that happens, you seeing all this bullshit, and then you see this shadow kick. Here's me. Well, all right.
Bear in mind, this movie,
Johnny's
the movie
dead. Wow,
literally,
wonderful.
the movie
Wonderful.
literally picks up immediately after the first Mortal Kombat movie. But you're like, all right, from a narrative standpoint,
footage of the first movie.
but that's the thing. It's like narratively, it makes sense because we saw.
I don't know about that, Chris, because Liu Kang and Katana are holding hands like they done banged, and Sonya and Johnny Cage had extra time with each other.
Look at that shadow kick. Look at that shadow
That is
kick.
wonderful. That is good 90s, yeah. That is good 90s. I love it.
I like how Shang Tsung. I like how Shao Kahn pulled the Geese Howard. No,
Bro, that wasn't even a no. It wasn't even Geese Howard. That was sidestep punch. He went full Tekken sidestep 1.
Now, jumping ahead, they were supposedly going to do a third one where the premise was Shinnok resurrects Johnny Cage and he was going to work for him. Kind of like what they did in the Mortal Kombat video games in 10 and 11 with,
Actually,
the zombie version.
Armageddon. I think they did something like that in Armageddon.
Yeah, zombie Luke
Armageddon
Cage.
spot.
It was
Zombie Luke Cage
Zombie
and the rest of them, man.
Zombie Liu Kang. The whole thing of Liu Kang being the zombie and all that shit started with Deadly Alliance and Deception, and then they brought him back again in Armageddon.
It's one of these weird things. Like there's like one or two fetishes that the guys at Mortal Kombat like. They like killing off and like making somebody a certain thing. The one thing they was really built on was when they killed Liu Kang. Like, yeah, we're gonna do it because they would have killed off Ryu. And Capcom's like, nigga, nobody.
No, they
you.
won't. No,
Look.
they would never kill Ryu.
Capcom like errors. Capcom like, nigga, nobody looks at y'all. Why are you even?
No, but also, somebody was like, first off, the fans almost killed us because we didn't have Ryu and Ken in Street Fighter 3. We ain't making that shame.
We're not making that mistake.
Man, look.
It's already bad enough.
We got two.
No. It's already bad.
I know they really did.
No, guys, it's already bad enough that we're going as bold as we're going with Street Fighter 6 with Ken.
Nah. This one with 3, there was like, hey guys, it's like
I
somebody.
wish I was in the room to hear the Japanese man talking English to all of the American investors about Ken Masters, not same man, divorce, big trouble. I would love to see that.
I want to be in the room for somebody that said, hey, in Street Fighter 3, we have new guy. His name is Alex. You see.
He is based on Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. You like Hulk Hogan, right? He was just in the G1. He won the G1.
Make it look like Inoki and Hogan.
Capcom really tried to sell us on Alex, and the fans were like, fuck you. Where's Ryu and Ken?
Like I said, all that shit going to the incorrect.
Hey, we're the original 8 World Warriors. Where are they at?
Man, these motherfuckers over there killing Liu Kang. Look, these niggas killing Liu Kang. Meanwhile, Capcom like this. Yeah, man. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 gonna survive forever.
Somebody was like, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Make it happen.
We ain't gotta do shit. Hey, dog, check this shit out.
We'll take the sprites from Alpha 3 and mix it up.
Hey, check this shit out. We take the people from Red Earth. We get Karen, nah, the bitch can't name Ingrid. Nah, she look good, nigga. Come on, man. You want to jerk off to it. Don't act like you don't.
We'll make about 350 off of it.
Hold on, let me answer. Let me answer.
350
So
off it.
basically, basically the premise is that Ken tried to live that Ryu life, and his wife said, "Enough of this shit. I ain't having it." Took the kids, left.
They took the kids, Ryu. They took the
That
kids.
nigga, no, I know what happened. I know the actual thing, and I mean it not because that's the only issue it's there for, but because there was a lot of emotional and stuff involved with it. Ken stopped fucking her.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
And I'm not saying like, oh my god, I need that dick. More of like we don't hug, nigga. You don't want to kiss me.
The point is,
you always say as long you talk about something about Shenron and fist and shit.
Like, the thing is, like, when you look at MK,
that little nigga named Yang came over here, put hands on you. What happened?
They threw it. And I said it before when we did MK. Like, they threw in it's like Mortal Kombat Annihilation felt like they gave all the stunt performers jobs, because when you get these guys, stunt performers, Ray Park being one of them.
One of the other.
Ray Park was the stunt double for Raiden.
That is right. You can tell that's him in the face right there, yeah.
And one of the other being Hosan Pak.
Yeah, Hosan Pak. I think he was one of the reptiles, which they just put him in dark ninja costumes. And then we got our bad guys here. Now, the Mendez Motaro was one of the characters from American Gladiators. Malibu.
My boy Malibu. Malibu will go on to be one of the, I wouldn't say greatest, but the most decorated of all the gladiators, meaning that he actually got roles and stuff. You know what I mean? So he was the most successful, I would say to say.
This was my problem with this movie. Just by introducing all these characters within the first 5 minutes. First of all, you introduce Motaro like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like as if he's just one of the minions. I'm like, dude, he should be the guy who shows up midway in the movie.
You got no name as Ermac, who I'm like, all right, that's cool. I don't know who this fucking guy is, but okay, I guess.
Oh, you want to know how bad it was for Ermac?
I feel like they set Ermac back with this movie.
Like, you want to know how bad it was for Ermac in this movie when everybody said, I got this guy, I got this guy, I got that guy. Katana's like, no, Katana's like, I got my mother. Here's Sonya she's gonna go toe to toe with Ermac. Guess I'm with leftovers.
Yeah, and then
they shitted on Ermac.
Yeah, and again, I say this is stunts because the guy
had no chance.
The guy playing Rain was Tyrone Wiggins. He's a stunt man. Besides playing the stunt guy for Rain, being cast as Rain, he's stunt double for Jax. While also, at the same time that this movie was filmed, he was also on the Mortal Kombat Conquest set being Noob Sabat.
Oh, yeah. Because if I am also mistaken, the dude that's playing Sub-Zero in this movie, he was in Conquest also.
No, he was Scorpion in the
first
Conquest,
yeah. He was Cicada. He was Cicada in Conquest.
Mm-hmm. So, and then
is no more. My name is Scorpion.
It sounds just like that.
I mean, and then you got Shiva, who again, this is another woman, Marjorie Holden. She's done stunt work and she's also done acting as well. She was in Beastmaster. She's another holdover of the late 90s, early 2000s, TV shows, and she was in that.
If there's anything I will give this movie, like you said, CJ, this movie put all the stunt actors to work.
You a stunt man? It's like they just said, "Fuck it, give them all."
The only thing I didn't like was that this was during that era, and somebody said this about. Somebody said this not too long ago on Twitter. He said, "Man, I miss that Maybach music, Ashton Martin type of flow type. We've been going through those 3 years of rap." I'm like, "Yeah, I miss that too." So D misses, but not really. What I used to call putty patrol movement with stuntmen. That's when stuntmen overacted. They did unnecessary flips. They did all of this shit for no reason and did cartwheels and all that dumb shit. They love doing little jump kicks. And Eris said,
I will say,
and go ahead,
I'll
say
go
the
ahead and say it.
specialty.
The cream of the crop.
You
the
ain't
ch-
shit
the
unless you perform this to perfection.
The cherry on top of this overused shit Sunday, when when you got the higher goon number 681 versus main character or sub character or supporting character, when the both of them are doing synchronized roundhouse kicks about 5, 6 to even a lucky number of 8 times in a row, and one, hold on, Chris, and one in particular always has to make sure that they job to that connecting kick.
Nah, what I like
that right there. Thank you.
No, they love doing the little jump kick, like jump kick. My favorite one is when they get punched in center mass and the guy goes, "Oh!" That's my favorite one.
Now here's the thing.
I don't miss this era, but sometimes I do.
Now, my man that was supposed to play, remember Jax from the first Mortal Kombat movie, right? The actor himself, the actor himself, the reason why he wasn't in the second film, I always thought maybe he just thought the script was bad. Turns out he actually got sick. He actually died. That's right. So that's why they got they got my man, was it Razor? Not Razor.
No, what was his name on
American Gladiators? I think it's like a Red. Well, that's his name. His nickname is Red. But Saber.
I was just about to say
Saber from American Gladiators. They got him to be Jax. And look, God bless the man. He went full black with this shit, like just everything. Any
or
black
at least what white people thought what black was at the time.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah.
Nah, man, I ain't like that.
I give much more respect to Ed Boon because at least, Ed Boon and John Tobias, because at least when they made Jax in the video game, he wasn't like this. Most of that nigga,
he was very America.
The closest black thing that you get out of him is just hearing him say, "Gotcha." That's it.
And the flexing, and the black man flexing.
So and you know what? Here's the funny thing. As much as I can appreciate those brothers now, back in the day when I was a kid, I thought it was whack as fuck. You know what I mean? Like white people thought that I'm muscular. I'm a black man with a high top fade. I like the military. They like those black dudes. I thought it was whack. And here's the funny thing, Eris. As much as I am as a grown man saying, look, man, Kerry Payton Sinbad, he is meh as Jax. But back in the day, I thought it was a little bit cool. No, so I can say that.
Jax's character now in the movie, in Annihilation, his character got basically enhanced arms. It ain't basically you prosthetic arms like over top of that.
Dump they gave him. Did y'all like that exposition dump they just did on that nigga, man?
His plot story is he doesn't believe in himself, so he needs the metal arms to, make himself stronger.
Took that from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cartoon, of course, good luck trying to sell that to kids. He gets his arms ripped off and replaced.
Now in the game, he purposely took his arms off to get metal arms. In MK9, fucking Ermac burned them shits off, so he had to get metal arms. And then, the Mortal Kombat remake, apparently he went from Tiny Tim arms to believe in yourself, and then boom, he got big arms.
No. First of all, give credit where credit was due. Sub-Zero
froze them
shits and shattered them.
With dope as shit, by the way.
I hate to be that person, guys. I forgot that I put this on the schedule and you guys accepted it. We gotta do the cartoon this year.
I am more than happy to do it.
Mortal Kombat. I say Mortal Kombat, the cartoon. You spelled cartoon with a K.
Yep. Gotta make it edgy, guys. Edgy.
I just realized, like, oh my God, I did put that on schedule. That's in September. Holy shit, we gotta do that this shit.
Hold on. DD, you didn't do it right like the penguin. Like, oh my God, what are you showing me? Come on.
No. I'll be honest with you, as bad as Mortal Kombat was as a cartoon, Street Fighter. What are you showing me?
Come on.
Hey, Chris. Street Fighter cartoon. Hey, CJ, this is your movie. Can you answer this?
Mm-hmm. Um,
You don't know. He don't know.
Hold on, put it
Chris
back
don't
up.
know.
Put it back. Put it back up. Put it back
It's
up.
still up.
It's still up.
Dick Gregory. Yes, he did. He played the guy like he ran up them stairs. Yeah, he did. He was the one that they shot, and Eddie Murphy went behind him and said, "You ran up them
He
stairs."
ran up those stairs.
Funniest line ever in metal. I swear to God, that is the funniest shit ever. It's not enough that you put the black man on the electrical tracks and shocked him to death and stuff, and then you use his body.
He ran up those stairs. The only redeeming thing of that whole fucking
Guys, can you answer this? So Sonya and Jax are fighting
Cyrax.
Cyrax, which, hey, look, they got the suit right. They got the suit right.
I give him
I
that.
give him that.
You know, Cyrax
They
and
could've
Smoke.
really fucked that up.
Cyrax and Smoke were looking representative of their respective, games and stuff, which I mean you can't fuck that up at all. But here's the thing. Cyrax blows up, and then we get the most green screen bullshit ever.
That is
Yeah.
the most wonderful.
Yeah.
They put him on a it felt like they put him on a trampoline. It was like, all right, jump in the air.
Do you know what I like about this, Eris? Is that for years I've been asking myself, was there actually fire behind them? And I go, no.
No,
There was never fire there in the first place. And it's just so funny. I could see where the green screen begins. And I can see exactly where it
Let me
ends.
tell you something. You jump out of a
God, I
building.
miss the 90s sometimes. Just a little bit. Not all the time.
Here's how.
No, it's like this.
I need to point out. I just want to point out something. I would love to just take the time and just cut out both of these two in the exact same pose that they're in, and just play that dee 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 dee. Have them spinning in space.
I thought you was going to say dun, 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 dun.
Guys, we're not talking about the illustrious thing because we need another fight because Sonya and Jax need something to do. In comes Melina out of
I'm gonna
fucking
tell
nowhere.
you
Out
something.
of goddamn nowhere.
Yo.
This
is the problem I have. The only problem I have is this. It isn't. Yeah, it is. Why is Jenny from the food court?
They really got some chick that was at craft services and said,
I feel
"Hey,
bad.
throw
No,
this
look.
costume
No,
on. You're
no,
Melina."
No shade thrown at the stunt woman that did it. But sister, you don't look nothing like Melina.
But
They looked at Melina and said, "Let's give her a headband."
real quick.
Katana, you wish.
Never mind. Thank you.
Sorry, it's like she does not look anything like Katana.
How could you even mistake that for Katana?
Thank you.
Completely different color.
Not even in the face. Not even in the face. I don't see Katana in the face at all.
She doesn't even.
No,
Eric,
no, sir.
the movie.
Not even in the eyes.
Not
The
even
eyes.
the eyes. Katana doesn't wear. No, hold on. She didn't wear a headband. She doesn't even. Well, she didn't even have the face mask. She didn't have none of that in the first movie. Yes, she has all of that in the video game, but she had none of that in the movie.
Harris. Also, it could be this, guys, and D. I'm kind of blind. Y'all know my eyesight ain't that good, but one is clearly from Hawaii and the other one is clearly from Ireland. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, Jesus,
guys, we talk about the illustrious special effects.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Did Chris freeze? Did Chris actually freeze? Hello. Print screen. Perfect.
It's been a while since we had one of these.
God. I hate it because he was about to show us something and he goes, yeah.
When he said illustrious special effects, I'm trying now I'm doing a roll of the dice here. Like, what is he about to show? I'm actually going through all these overlays right now. Like, damn it, which one was he gonna show us? I want to take a guess. Hold on. Wait. Hey, D, hold on.
There he goes.
Wait, D. Chris froze.
There we go. Oh my God. Oh my god, we're laughing. We're like we're laughing at this because it's funny. Eris, real quick.
What's up?
You let him live? Yo, I liked how everything your boy,
my boy Brian Thompson,
your
as
boy
Shao
Brian
Kahn.
Thompson. Now here's the thing. Brian Thompson, when he was in Cobra, he had one role. Looked like a creep. Okay. Yes. That was easy for him. He couldn't do that,
They'll say I'm insane. Pig.
That's a motherfucker that did cocaine.
Hold up. Going back to that katana picture. Hold on. Roddy Piper couldn't even sell that shit. I hate you. And then this one is that Riley Reid.
It did look like Riley Reid, didn't it? Yeah. Damn, Riley, why you here? Oh no, that's the bad picture. No, that's the terrible picture. This junk. Now look here, Amber. Look here, Amber.
All right, Lana, I'm gonna need you to do this scene. Can I show off my BBL? It's not gonna be necessary.
No. Look. It's not. Look, actually, can you not look at the she does, don't she?
Yes,
she does look like a porn parody of it.
She does look like she's in an Axel Braun Triple X parody.
Okay, all right. Can you not like so what's my motivation as Melina? It's katana. And look, you're losing this battle, so I don't know why you're asking questions.
You're losing this battle to a chick in Special Forces.
I like the fact that they had this full-on fight scene, and I was thinking to myself, Jackson's just standing there watching two girls fight.
Yes.
This ain't got nothing to my this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna let y'all have it out.
So I'm just gonna let y'all just do your thing.
No.
You know hold on. Wait, actually, no, D. I'm sorry, I made that mistake. Sonya and Melina fight each other, right? Jax is back here.
just you got it. Hey, yo, Sonya, you good?
You got it.
No, I'm just let y'all fight because it looked like that's up to you.
And you know what? Thank you. Thank you, GC. Thank you. Everybody, smash the damn like button for this show.
A fucking
please.
like button, like goddamn, because that shit that happened with CJ. Speaking of which, I don't know what happened to CJ.
I feel like this nigga that was not planned.
That was not planned because that motherfucker gave me like. I gotta put up this jump before I gotta say the picture that we did just in case because that was a good freeze frame, bro. You don't get
like I said. It's been a while since we had a CJ freeze frame.
Yeah, it's been a while. I got you laughing too. I'm mad that my head's in the shot the wrong way, but oh man, I gotta say that's perfect.
Mortal Kombat porn parody starring Prince Yasha as Jax, James Dean as Johnny Cage. I would watch that.
All right, look, hold on. What do you mean?
I would watch that.
James Dean as Johnny Cage. Yeah. But see,
hold on, it's the '90s. If this was made in the '90s, sorry. Thank you. It would have to clearly be Peter North.
Peter North for TD Boy or TT Boy.
No, Lex. It's '90s.
Evan? It wouldn't be Evan Stone. It would be Evan Stone playing.
It's Lex.
Evan Stone would be playing Shao Kahn.
Yes. But Mr. Steel would be Jax, and he would actually be the main character.
Oh my God, Jack! What's your name? Jack Johnson.
No, I could already. No, I would actually. No, because the same way that Lex played Deadshot in the Suicide Squad parody, I could see him playing Jackson, literally trying to play it out, but he'll still be Lex. Like so if he's talking to somebody, he'll be like, I can already see it right now. Here's Sonya coming in. All right, Jax, like we have to take down this guy. Yeah, but first, before we do that, I gotta see what's going on with you. I gotta see if I gotta take you down. Now, but Sonya, before we do that, gotcha.
Sorry for technical difficulties. Powering out, and I hear these guys talking about fucking Prince Joshua is Jackson James. Jesus Christ!
Like I said, he would grab a titty and say, Gotcha.
with Timberlands on, by the way.
Lex don't do Tim's. That is
No. Yasha.
Yeah, Yasha is all about Tim's.
Time out for a second.
Joshua doesn't.
Time out. Here's what I don't get. Okay, maybe just maybe you guys can answer this for me, right? Yeah, Angeline Castro would be good.
Yes, 100%.
Answer me this, guys. Maybe I'm just not privy to this since y'all guys are more poor connoisseurs than I am. But what is with the Timberlands, which I'm fine with? Hey, you gotta wear some shoes, and the elbow and knee pad combo. What's up with that? Like, am I missing something here?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I look at hood niggas fuck bras.
To answer, no, CJ, I can answer that question. Stability.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Sure.
Also,
sure.
just real talk. Men get copper burns on their knees too, and they'll say, "Oh man, well you got copper on these." Fucking.
Oh yes.
Yes, she would be.
Elsa Jean as Cassie, 100%.
But real quick, check out this. But real quick, Chris, before we continue on, I need you to check out this good times picture that we got right here. Now, I need you to notice how my forehead is all in there. You just frozen in time.
So it didn't stop recording.
Did
it stop recording?
No.
Okay.
No. We're still recording right now.
Keeping
your head above water.
Dude, do you understand the fact that it's thundering outside? Yes, it was thundering outside. I was like, all right, maybe.
I thought so.
I thought the power was going to hold up because this happened before. It actually happened when me and you recorded a sports show last week, right? And it was thundering outside. I'm like, all right, it held up. No power went out. So as the power went out, I was like, fuck. And I went straight to my phone and I tried to hit you guys like, yo, bring me back to StreamYard so I can do it on my phone and shit. And then,
like Chris, before you end up forgetting, what was the illustrious special effects that we needed?
Oh,
to see?
yes. We So Jax has to save Sonya Blade, but I have to ask this: what did they do to my boy Reptile, man? Like, what is this shit?
Are you sure that's even Reptile?
That is Reptile.
That's supposed to be Reptile.
Shao Kahn said himself, Reptile kill Jade. Because remember, he used the Reptile to kill Jade.
Yeah,
that's
but
the same one.
Hold on. Wait a minute. That can't be the same one because First of all, Liu Kang did a full ATL stomp on Reptile.
Sir, Reptile is a race.
And second of all, Chris, Tracy Lords did the song in that scene, and I just wanted to mention that song.
Instrumental.
And I just wanted to mention the song. I didn't give a fuck. But look, yeah, there's a race of them, Chris. But did he actually say Reptile? Send the Reptile?
Yes, he did.
Here's what doesn't make sense.
Sure.
First of all, you send this monstrosity that you refer to as Reptile, but at the same time, when Raiden decides to give up his Thunder God powers and be human, he's fighting an entire fleet of reptiles. Hey, movie, do me a favor. Pick a lane.
Yeah.
Pick a lane, Buttercup.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This movie cannot pick it. Like, and then you get Jax punching it, and I'm like, that monster looked more annoyed that Jax is punching than anything else.
Absolutely.
Because you know how they did the shit with Jackson's close up, like, I'm like, when you punch a Jack, when you punch a Jax. The jump in the air.
You know what?
Again,
even as a kid, look, I put it on.
Mildly annoyed.
I put it on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere I could this morning. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was just an HBO movie that they said, "Hey, let's put it in theaters." That's what they did.
HBO
feels like a straight to TV movie, doesn't it?
Straight to Netflix now.
Straight to Netflix,
nigga.
Nah, man, this looks like a
Tubi. That was straight to V.
This looks like a Tubi exclusive to D.
Tubi exclusive. Wait. No, D. Not to be exclusive. D. Hold on, D. Not to be exclusive. This is clearly a Pluto TV on demand film.
No, guys. We have to take it back to 1997. Joe Bob Briggs presents an all-new movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Nah, actually,
for Monster Madness.
I'm sorry. 1997. I know the perfect person that would have said yes to this, and none of this went down. Roger Corman. Mortal Kombat with a C. Like, wait.
Yeah. The
Okay.
closed
Roger
captioning,
Corman would have done that.
the closed captioning would have clearly misspelled that with a C.
I gotta ask you guys this. One Toledo Soto, I believe, played Black Scorpion. Did y'all watch both of those movies?
I did.
Those
I can't
movies,
say yes to
those
that.
movies were
I
cheesy,
cannot
just like
exactly
Mortal
say
They are
Kombat
extremely
Annihilation.
cheesy.
Woo!
Those Black Scorpion movies are very cheesy.
But guess what? Toledo Soto was showing off them tits, wasn't
Oh,
she?
yes, she was. Yes, she was. If anything, it was more of a reason to watch it.
I bet that Chris is like, yeah. But them B cups came out, my nigga.
Man.
Hey,
The
CJ,
deal was there.
CJ,
The
CJ,
deal was there.
CJ.
Oh no.
Wait,
No, my bad. I got the wrong actress. No, Vampirella is what Talisa Soto was. She did the live action movie for Vampirella, and yes, them shits were out there. Because if you look, Vampirella was one of many comics I should not have been reading as a kid, alongside Witchblade and all that shit. Because just like Witchblade, we talked about this in our private group chat. I'm like, so this is for kids on the comic book store shelves.
Yes,
Vampirella was another one of them where I shouldn't be reading it because Vampirella's outfit was not kid appropriate whatsoever. And
neither was Witchblade.
neither was Witchblade, and it had the 90s tits out, and the
Just
proportions
out.
was so weird. Though I would say to Vampirella's credit, I forgot who did the artwork for it. They went more Marilyn Monroe era with her
But
body.
Vampirella, you got to understand, Vampirella, that was old pulp comics from the 1960s and 70s, man. So they did have this, what you call this,
It's very pulpy.
this look to it. You know what I mean? Where it was supposed to be scantily clad, but she's gonna fucking kill you. She's gonna really like
bite
fucking
you.
kill you. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So they did that back.
Yeah, but Vampirella. But either which way, it's still in that era of we got Vampirella and Black
Michael
Scorpion.
Michael Bay would have. Wait a minute. Back in the day,
I want to answer. I'd like to answer this question because this was right around the time when Bad Boys came out.
Mhm.
So, if Michael Bay was to direct a Mortal Kombat movie, it would actually be good. Depending on who's the writer. I mean, who are you really gonna go with? Michael Bay or Paul W.S. Anderson?
Here's the thing: Paul W.S. Anderson, what was sick, which is why he stuck around with the Resident Evil movies. He didn't come back for the sequel because he wanted to do Event Horizon. Now he came out and expressed regret that he didn't stick around to kind of shepherd the sequel in a way that would have probably been to the vision that he would have had it going. And because he wasn't, so you have to imagine if Paul W.S. Anderson was in a producing capacity instead of directing, we probably would have got a different Mortal Kombat Annihilation in a way to what they decided to go with. I have to imagine
that makes sense. I still say that if Michael Bay did it, it would have been it still would have been a good movie.
Yeah, it would have been different. I mean,
think about it. Think about the first one. The first Mortal Kombat movie came out the same time as Bad Boys.
Yeah. So Bad
Boys would have been good.
Yeah. I mean, that was before we got unhinged Michael Bay. So
before we got unhinged, explosions every 5 minutes, Michael Bay. And let's also not forget, Chris, in current time Michael Bay, which is checkbox Michael Bay.
Can I just say this?
We are ticking boxes anytime this motherfucker makes a movie.
So this is Katana's mom.
That's Sindel, though.
Here's my thing.
That's Sindel, though.
But they're both kind of sort of looking the same age here. So
they are.
Looking the same age. Just I mean, to quote Nostalgia Critic, which your mom had you when she was 2.
Well, these are Outworldians.
I mean, because isn't Katana like 2,000? Isn't she like 4,000? 10,000 years old?
10,000 years old. Is Sindel? Who knows? I just know that these are former Idinians, as they once were.
I mean, I'm just saying, your mom is. I take a 3-way. I mean, it'd be very weird as your daughter.
What the hell, Chris?
Let me just say. I'm just saying. There's quite a bit.
I like how Chris always say, "I'll do a 3-way." Like there wasn't even a 1-way announced, and you just jumped.
No, see, CJ is thinking like a man of true culture here. I mean, come on. You put the two of them in the same room, and I'm like, All right, can I reenact my early 2000s ass sex scene that Kazuya did with the Williams sisters in that movie?
Let me tell you something. If you would have
One
told
day.
me, if you would have
You
told
just
me,
sit there in the glow of afterglow of sex. One day I will take down my father.
now here's my thing.
And it will be glorious.
There, you know what? The Tekken movie is better than Annihilation, and it's so bad it's good.
Hey, you know
way.
what, Chris? You know what, Chris? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say hold your tongue for one reason. A part of me thinks that we all saw, because we all did it. We all saw Tekken that one time. Boom. Okay, I saw everything I need to see. No, don't have to revisit it. What I have in my head is exactly what went down. I have this feeling, Chris. If
Brian
three
B.
black geeks do the due diligence and actually go back and watch Tekken, we're gonna shout it from the mountaintop, people. No,
guys.
I just have this.
You know,
feeling,
I am a very simple man, but if there was ever a picture that sold me on the movie, because that's how simple of a man I am, and it's gonna have you laughing, D. This is what sold me on Tekken. Oh shit, Heihachi.
Chris, go home.
That sold me.
Go the fuck home.
When they showed the first picture of Heihachi, I was like, perfect.
Oh, get this shit out of my face. I'm just mad at the hair.
But
oh god.
I looked at that and I was like,
D,
perfect.
hold
Perfect.
Hold on, but D.
The eyebrows. They got the eyebrows. I was like, yes.
Leave me alone.
But D. But guys, please. I'm just humbly requesting. Can we do it?
Hey, I got it on Blu-ray too, dog.
Can we do
Yes.
it? I imported this shit while I was in Japan. Can we do it?
First
I want y'all to know. I want both of you to know.
You pay full price for that? Couldn't
No,
be
I
me,
did
buddy.
I'm gonna tell you.
I did not pay full price. This was actually in the bargain bin.
I was about to say.
Wait, hold on. This was in the bargain bin at Eon Mall for only $5.
The Tekken movie?
Tekken movie?
On Bluray?
Tell me.
You
didn't pay full price.
I didn't pay full price for it.
All right, I want you to know, the both of you. But I need y'all to know this now, and I'm glad it's being recorded now. So I can say right now, and I'm putting it in here, Tekken. Now, when this goes down, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Chris.
Sir, you said
no,
Tekken.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna
like
happen.
This guy.
No. Shut the fuck up. This is what's gonna happen the day of we're supposed to record. Chris, I mean, we can move it next week, man. We don't have to. Eris. All right, guys, I gotta be honest. I didn't watch the movie this week.
Are you kidding me? I own this bitch. I will watch it. You do not know me well enough, D. I will fucking watch this.
Guys, speaking of moments, you would think this would have been a dope.
I know Eris. Eris is a person that will put the DVD in the player and not hit power. He would do that.
You would think this moment right here would have been dope to see, and yet the movie, I could not take it seriously.
Okay, first of all, the outline on Raiden is
what the George. You're not going to talk about the George Washington haircut, sir.
We ain't going to talk about that.
Hold on. There is so much to unpack, CJ. Yes,
there is. I didn't know.
There is, like you said, the George Washington haircut, the clear blue screen outline that is just so badly rendered, and then I think
the cloud looks like a boat.
this obvious day for night shot that they were doing.
Oh my god, the day for night glow.
Why does Shang Tsung look like he did like
Shao Kahn?
Why does Shao Kahn look like he did fucking 10 push-ups so he can get that pump going on his arm? So the fans will show on his arm.
Come on, man. He learned the secret from Arnold. He knows.
Hey, Eris, you know what I love.
You always work out on set. Anyway, what were you saying?
You know what I love about the shot, Eris? You can tell that the green screen doesn't work all the way because the glow that is coming off of Raiden's hair.
It's still white.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, this was a day for night.
Now, all the kids that were that were born after 1998. Yeah, a lot of our movies look like this. Shut the fuck up.
Can I say this? Shao Kahn's costume was actually pretty dope.
I mean, it's okay.
For
It ain't that bad.
1997, it was pretty dope.
Earth shall be in the, not Earth. Earth shall be in my realm, and now it will be yours no more, brother.
Earth is under attack, and it is glorious.
Okay,
Yeah,
what is that?
Get this shot.
Again.
Why does Rain clearly look like a black man? I mean, he is a black man, but still.
I mean, yeah, but he looks really black in that one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I see nothing but a fucking MILF on my
I see a MILF and two
You know what?
cosplayers.
I gotta be honest with you. All of them look like cosplayers.
They're all cosplaying. They're all cosplaying.
Look, but for me, look, Sindel, I will say this. And I know y'all was talking about her and perv on her. I hate that I can't perv on her no more. I used to, oh man, she fine as shit. Now look at it, it's like, bitch, you can't act. And like, it ruined everything for you. See how this movie takes what joy I do have.
No, that is not Fairuza Balk. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious if it was.
Boy, that'd be the end of Fairuza's career. Her going,
would it?
Would it really?
Will die.
Would it really?
Would it really? That's just another, just to be another movie on the resume.
Hey, Chris. Y'all act like Fairuza Balk been taking shits on pillows. You know, y'all need to.
Speaking of which,
Say,
I'm mad.
Hey, mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
I'm pissed off because Eris had to sit there and shit on Robin Shaw and say he didn't work out because he didn't show the gun. He wore this shirt the whole movie. Now, let me rephrase this. A person of Robin Shaw's stature that clearly works out, and he has an 8-pack. Not working out just means instead of an 8-pack, you got a 4-pack. That's it.
Don't you protect this fat motherfucker?
No.
Listen,
me and Eris got the right idea right now.
It's the equivalent of Rock not working out. It's like, Rock, you had a cheat meal. You're fine.
No, but Chris, here's the difference. And D confirmed it. After the first Mortal Kombat movie, he didn't do shit.
That's a nigga that sat down. Oh man, this Liu Kang didn't go on last.
But yet he got in shape. But yet he got in shape for Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. I'm like,
hey, Chris. He had to at that point. That nigga wasn't getting no paycheck like that.
I mean, it was either that. Hold on, wait. D, listen, it was either that or he continued to play a pirate in the future Dead or Alive movies.
Well, hold on though. He did get in shape for Dead or Alive because he did show kind of like the 8-pack a little bit, the open shirt.
Chill. That is a Chinese man that hit 44 that year. All he had to do was not eat for a week and get that, Chris. Chill out, yeah.
Well, let's be real. As guys,
built like every Luke. That nigga built like every Bruce Lee.
But let's be real
too. Tell me.
But let's be real. This is something that is genetics and stuff. And there's a lot of women that get pissed off that guys can do this shit. We could work out for like 2 weeks and get shredded. Meanwhile, women work out for 2 weeks, they only lose a pound, and they're like, what the fuck?
And you walk around saying, I don't know what, like, hello, man, I don't think girls hate us. I don't know, Chris, do they? D don't say that. You say that. I don't.
No, I say it because it's funny seeing how women say, "Oh, you guys, you just drink water for a week, you lose weight." I'm like, that is true. That's fair.
But really think about this though. The fact that this movie came,
Robin got fat, man.
The fact that this movie came out the way it did, you know for a fact that Robin was caught off guard. That they had, number one, they had to film and complete this movie in under a year.
He ain't been running like he used to.
And you know, after the first movie literally made this man's career. You know,
bear in mind he did Beverly Hills Ninja right after Annihilation.
Yes, he did.
But Chris, it doesn't matter because all he was doing the year before that was, I'm Liu Kang. He did
before that he did a bunch.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: before that, you gotta remember he was kicking it over in Hong Kong doing moves with Donnie Yen too.
You gotta remember he was broke. He wasn't getting American money until he did Liu Kang.
Hey, you know what's funny? He probably got a big payday in Beverly Hills Ninja.
He probably
I bet he
did,
did.
but
I bet
that's
he
it's
did it.
still,
I
but
bet
still
he
that
did it. I bet it was just a meh
it was
payday.
no. I'm pretty sure it was a decent payday, but let's
In
not.
a
But
movie
don't
with
let.
Chris Farley at his peak. You
But
shit.
let's not let any of that shit distract you from the fact that this movie, the franchise that literally made his career, also tanked it in less than a year.
Well, when you have illustrious scenes such as this,
All right, all right,
Sub-Zero was my brother.
all
You
right.
killed him.
Chris, I'm gonna need you to please take down that screen. I do not need to see David Copperfield cosplaying as Sub-Zero.
Sir, that is the great Chris Casamakis. You would have put some respect on his name.
I will put his respect on his name, but he has no business being in this movie.
That is cosplayer Chris Casamakis.
Real talk. That nigga has no business talking and stuff. I'm being real with you.
You
know what?
That was my older brother you killed.
You know what? Was I one of many people that I didn't pay attention to the MK story enough to know that it was different Sub-Zeros in each game? Well, at least in the first.
I had to be told that after this movie,
because I didn't know the Sub-Zero in MK2 was the one in MK3 with the cut on his eye.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was the same way.
It
wasn't until after this movie I was told that. Though
I paid attention to it because I was a mega fan of the video game, and let me tell you something. I was waiting to find out the real reason why a character like Noob Saibot even existed in the first place. In comes Bihan, the original Sub-Zero from MK1, confirming that he is Noob Saibot.
Yeah, because didn't Quan Chi resurrect him as him basically?
Yeah.
You
know what?
I'm glad this movie did not give us Quan Chi. Whoa, God.
But guess what? The sequel was gonna do it. If this movie was another runaway success like the first one, we were gonna get Quan Chi and Shinnok.
I will say this
because we have Mortal Kombat 4 in existence. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm glad we did it because Mortal Kombat Conquest was a lot of things, but Quan Chi and Conquest was pretty fucking all right. That's just D.
But guys. But here's the thing. I like how the beginning of it with the fight between Raiden and Shao Kahn was this shit like this, just jumping in the air.
Oh, they threw in the sound effects.
This shit here, it's just the stare down.
I heard that. I died laughing the first time I heard that, man.
When I see again, hearing all that stuff hearing the video game, seeing the video game elements in the first 5 minutes of the movie, that is usually a bad sign.
It's the nudge. Hey, they put that in the game.
Yeah. It's a bad sign.
You guys, kids, y'all know y'all like it. That's exactly what
it was a bad sign because you know that they. I mean, come on, look at how they did the first movie. In the first movie, it took until Liu Kang fighting Shang Tsung for him to finally pull off the fireball. It took the whole movie for him to pull off.
And even then, it was just his
fireball
punch, Hadouken shit.
Either way, it was the fireball. It worked.
I guess.
You say so.
Sure.
It worked. It was enough. Hold on. You want to know why I let it go? He did the bicycle kick. He did the bicycle kick.
Okay, the bicycle kick was close enough.
He did the bicycle kick, and that was like, hey, good enough. Good enough. I'm like, what? I was like, how else is he going to try to, how else would he have finished off Shang Tsung? Ooh, I know. He would have done that whole ass cartwheel into the freaking uppercut that would have sent him flying 100 feet in the air.
I'm just mad that they made Shinnok like just white rich man number one. Like, that's Shinnok. That's Shinnok. All right,
that was great. This man clearly looks like he doubles his weekends, performing eyes wide shut shit.
Clearly. I mean, just put a hood on him.
Everyone, get on the boot.
And then the elder gods transform into
grab one item.
These are the elder gods, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro,
just 2 random white people.
This was so last minute.
You will fight each other in Mortal
Kombat. Boy, how many dubbed voices appears in this movie?
Everybody got ADR'd at least twice, by the way. Everybody got ADR'd in this movie at least once or twice.
Can we talk about how the elder gods were such dicks to see that there's a clear violation of the rules at play here from Shao Kahn? They look at fucking Raiden like, sorry, man, can't help you right now. And I'm like,
I like
on that one, buddy.
I like how the guys like, let them niggas fight it out.
not we're gonna interfere and jump in and be like, hey, wait another 100 years, Shao Kahn. Nah, let them fight.
They clearly told themselves because they clearly had Ken Watanabe in the background saying, let them fight.
I mean, because here's the funny thing. At least in the video games, I like how was it MK11? They finally show Shao Kahn like, yo, fuck them rules, and he started just going nuts. Yeah, that was more fun because it was like at least there was something there to show like, oh, he got a whole ass army.
The other thing that was also kind of dumb is considering how MK3 was already out when the first movie came out, they could have found a reason to revive Shang Tsung for the second film, and he could have just gave the idea to Shao Kahn to violate the rules by invading Earth.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Shao Kahn just shows up on his own out of nowhere after Shang Tsung is defeated at the end of the first movie, it's kind of dumb. Because I'm like, bro, were you really that butthurt that you lost?
But Eris, we were missed out on the bitchin' line because we wouldn't make Deadly Alliance wouldn't come after. Where Quan Chi is like, yes, we will make a great Deadly Alliance.
Nothing can stop this
the
Deadly Alliance.
I remember
we agree.
On MK9, I swear I was marking out like, yes, they put it in the game.
I marked out.
Actually, it was said once on Mortal Kombat Conquest. They mentioned that there was going to be a deadly alliance between him and Shao Kahn. How they was going? I mean, not Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung. How they took everything over. He actually did mention deadly alliance. I don't know if it was actually an episode when they actually did come together and do it. But
yes, that's Quan Chi, sir.
I know that's Quan Chi, but for real though, I need y'all to look at my man Powder right here. God damn.
Yeah.
He was awesome as Quan Chi, though, man.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, he was a punk, but it was like, he's all right.
I mean, that's why I talk about the whole thing of everything being so uniform. It was because, go ahead.
I'm sorry, real quick, just to mention on Conquest, Raiden and Shao Kahn, both brothers, are actually played by the same person, which is Jeffrey Meeks. And of all that shit that is going down that show, Jeffrey Meeks is actually one of the very solid ones in that show. He's actually pretty damn good. Every time Raiden shows up, it's like, it's a Raiden episode. And Raiden's gone. Thanks. Just
I mean,
he's great as actually Shao Kahn too.
I mean, but that's what like I said, I told you earlier, like the uniformity of the MK franchise to do that. But yeah, Sonya doing that. Like, the kiss of death.
I needed to point out this. The fact that she had to grab some freaking like some damn powder like this.
She just grabbed random powder that could have burned her hands and shit.
She just picked it up and just blew into it, and that was her freaking kiss of death finisher. Okay, Sonya, whatever you say.
I gotta ask this.
How did that work?
So when did it become canon that in the games that Jade was a black woman? Because like
first of all, she had all. I mean, sorry about that. First of all, Jade was always black.
Okay. I was confused because
she was always black in the original trilogy.
Because Conquest had her as like a random. I think she was white in Conquest, I believe.
I don't know why they always got that. No, you want to know where the confusion came in, Chris? Thanks to a little game called Mortal Kombat Trilogy, where you could play as both the male and female version of Chameleon.
Oh yeah.
And Chameleon it was supposed to be Jade, but she was clearly wearing green, but she was white and she wasn't black.
I mean, yeah, that's probably where the confusion kicked in at, because it's just I was like, when did Jade go from like Asian white and then it's like she's black? I'm like, where did that hit? Where did that happen?
Like she had always been Deadly Alliance commercials had a lot of new metal. This is when new metal was trying to hold on for dear life.
This is something I want to bring up real quick. When you look at the first movie, the first batch of stuff that came out from Mortal Kombat, it was all about, EDM, house, industrial, that type of shit, right? Mm-hmm. Then you had when Deadly Alliance and that shit came out, it was all new metal. when the new one came out, noticed. Remember they gave that shit to Skrillex and he did the whole thing for Reptile and all that.
Mhm.
I noticed that Mortal Kombat keeps their ear to the motherfucking ground a little bit with that shit. And then I thought to myself, no, D, Warner Brothers music. Oh yeah, that's fine. You're like, that's not fuck me. I'm sorry. I was trying to give him some leeway.
Man.
I mean, it's and here's the thing too. It's the unnecessary changes because why is my man Raiden looking like Sting? Why? Fucking why? What was the point? What was the purpose? What was the purpose?
Remember, he gave up his Thunder God powers just so he could fight as a human.
You could have fought as a god. So what did we talk?
Well, come on, Chris. You know the lore. He's not allowed as a Thunder God. He's not allowed to interfere.
If your enemy is literally breaking rules, I think you can break.
Okay, by virtue of that, yes, my enemy is breaking rules, but at the same time, I will not do the same and break rules as well because that shit can come back on me.
And Chris, our numbers show that the little kids don't like riding like that. They actually like Liu Kang, so we're just going to kill them off. It doesn't really matter.
And they don't. They kept him in human form.
Yeah, I know how he kept alive. I am alive.
Like they kept him in human form, which I always thought was funny. Like so he gets to be a human just so he can fight alongside. Congratulations, Liu Kang and company. You guys gained an extra character.
Oh, did you love how Shiva got killed? Did you love how Shiva got killed with the Home Alone trap?
Yes, the Home Alone / Rambo trap. That was great. And did you hold on? And did the both of y'all like me? As soon as she got killed, Liu Kang and Katana looked and said, "Huh, stage fatality. All right, ready to get out of here?" Yes.
And that's after fighting 3 Barakas in the most boring ass nothing sword fight.
God, the 3 Barakas. Ooh, my favorite Katana line when he goes to rescue her. It's a trap, Lou.
No, bitch.
Yeah, the guy in a cloaked mask that was about to slice me in half. Oh, you
the fact that she looked to the side.
Boy, I was
for a whole
TV.
She looked to the side for a whole
punch my television.
She looked to the side for a whole 15 seconds and then goes, "It's a trap, Lou."
Oh, side note, did you love how Smoke jumped the shit out of Lou before?
I was going to mention that too. Smoke shows up out of nowhere.
In the most, again, the fight that we finally see Katana bust out the bleeded fans. I'm like, oh,
and
that's nice.
That's the only time we see her use them shits and never see it again.
It's nice.
You know what I liked about the movie?
I was like, shout out to Scooter.
You know what I like? How shit just happened to the whole movie. Just fight.
Pull the strings.
And then it had the fucking nerve. In Mortal Kombat. I'm like, we just saw these niggas turn into dragons.
No, D. No.
I'm tired.
No, the nerve. No, that wasn't the nerve. The nerve was this during that heap of random fighting with Smoke and and company. Scorpion screaming, "Suckers!" And we never see Scorpion again. Just like how Sub-Zero comes in, gave his little word of wisdom. Never see him again.
He was there for the sake of just reasons, and that's
hey, what happened to Night Wolf? He just left the movie too.
Nah,
yep.
He did the whole I'm gonna hit you with a weapon and knock you out and say animality, Sherman Hemsley, and then love boat.
He gave him all that words of wisdom, allowed Jade to enter his dreams and shit.
I love how
Jade comes in there with the scantily clad coffin, like, come on, warm up. And then all of a sudden beats the shit out of him and then laughs like, chicks do when they're toying with you.
Such a waste. Such a waste of Conga Fury.
He sounded very specific. Sounded very specific. I just like how Liu Kang all of a sudden...
No, you, like I said, again. Women do. Just toy with you. Use you.
Did you like how Liu Kang pushes her onto the ground and she just goes from evil to laughing?
Toss you on the desk like a set of keys or change.
First of all, my man was trying to maintain his loyalty by saying, "No, my heart belongs to another."
To a 10,000-year-old woman? Congratulations, Lou.
You know what Jason said?
First of all,
how is that possible?
Hold on.
You only spent 4 hours with each other.
No, wait. According to MK lore, that's her best friend, so that's even worse.
What?
Yeah, Jade
know
gets
what I
one of our
like?
best friends.
But you know what I liked out of all of that crap when they finally got like, you betrayed us. Why did you do it? It was easy. Here's me.
It was all so easy.
That
Hi.
was a
Hi,
was
hi, DJ Sue 3 Black Geeks. So now that you said that, are you gonna elaborate? Are you gonna give us the explanation? No, you're gonna. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I see you're getting eaten by a stone's. I see you're getting eaten by a stone statue. Yeah, I guess we're never gonna know, huh?
Yeah, I want to a follow-up question from D, same outlet. Just wanted to know, the end game. What was your end game? I'm not talking about the statue eating you or you going to the fire pit. I'm not talking about none of that. What I'm talking about is, what did you plan for any of this? For you.
I mean, the Shao Kahn promised you a realm.
I mean, did it have to be like that? Were you like going to get? Were you going to get like 5 Barakas instead of 2 Barakas or something? Like what was it? Was it? It was 1997. It was 97. What, was you going to get a brand new Saturn car out of it or something like Tell me.
Meanwhile, apparently with Shao Kahn, job security is a motherfucker because Rain took the here's my thing.
Tell me.
Did you torture him? And he's like, no. My man said, no, master. I just got him and put him in the dungeon. I didn't know what
I did what you told me to do.
And killed him for no reason. He was no, I just gathered them and put them in the dungeon. I put them in prison. What you want me to do?
That's what you told me to do.
I do like that.
That nigga said
no. I still gotta go back to Jade because, good God, I really want to be in the chamber, just a fly on the wall in that chamber when that whole plan was concocted. Jade, I need you to lead Liu Kang and company in a false sense of security, and when that happens, we will spring the trap on them. Okay.
I have a question.
Now what? But what's in it for me? I will give you a realm. Good enough.
It's like, okay.
I wasn't going to give her a good realm. I was going to kind of kill.
Notice that he said a realm. I'm going to say
realm.
I'm giving her a realm. Yo.
Bitch better be glad I'm not giving her a piece of cheese.
She's the big smoker.
But there was nothing in it for her, yeah.
Bro, make
her
the big smoke of this movie. Okay, first of all, if she was the big smoke of this movie, that was like the fastest heel turn ever.
Man.
And also,
there was no need for her to betray them. If anything, she was Ryder.
I mean, just
it made no sense,
dude. The fact that look, I ain't gonna lie. I marked out as a kid with the name dropping of Stryker and Cabal, and apparently they were supposed to be in the movie, but reasons, budgets, among others,
time, pacing,
which
insert whatever Hollywood excuse here.
Which also, I gotta be real, Stryker definitely would not play in today's world of Mortal Kombat because
no, he would not. He would not. He would never work.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Granted, the new
is saying.
Granted,
I don't know.
Granted,
I didn't say yes or no. I don't know.
Granted, the new Mortal Kombat animated movie made it known that fuck the police because that motherfucker got it bad.
Oh, he did.
Oh, white crap! He get it bad.
Yeah, was it Battle of the Realms? Oh,
I still haven't seen Battle of the Realms.
Oh. Okay.
Put this way.
Battle of the Realms. Battle of the Realms. I'm just gonna say this. It's no Scorpion's Revenge, but
it's entertaining.
I don't think that's entertaining.
But D, let me ask you this: if you drew short straws, and your choices was Quan Chi or Ermac to fight, who are you picking?
I'm picking Quan Chi. He'll kill me faster.
Here's the problem. Stryker had to pick Quan Chi, and Quan Chi, he knows how to control people, and it didn't work out in his favor.
I would not bother fighting Quan Chi.
It did not work out in his favor.
But at the same
fight Quan Chi.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
but at the same time, real talk though. At the same time, you're kind of fucked either way because
at least Ermac, you got a shot.
No. See, but it depends. what version of Ermac am I fighting?
Ninja Ermac, not the Flame Ermac.
No,
Ninja
I'm
Ermac.
talking about Ermac from MK9. Because MK9 Ermac.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're going back in the day, Ermac.
Master of Souls.
Yeah, we're going Ninja Ermac. That was just Pale swap that we didn't know was the Master of Souls shit.
Okay, because if
we're going with that one,
because if this was Master of Souls,
I ain't saying
Ermac,
new one. I ain't saying new one that got his shit burned off by burned off Jack. No, fuck that.
No. I'm saying if this was Master of Souls Ermac, that's the one that freaking blew up Jax's arms.
Yeah. We're going with Ninja Annihilation, where he just makes a clone body and that's all you
Ninja
get.
Ninja Annihilation. Oh no, I'm whooping his ass.
Yeah. I'll take that. But nah, this motherfucker controlled fucking Stryker's body and twisted his head around. I'm like, ooh.
And suddenly his body looked like Stranger Things.
Man. It's messed up.
This motherfucker fighting Vecna.
But we went on long enough. This movie is just what the fuck, man.
This movie is all kinds of terrible. It's fucking 32 flavor Baskin Robbins terrible.
No wonder it tanked at the box office.
It tanked so hard that Hollywood never wanted to touch this franchise again.
Came out the week before Thanksgiving.
It was something about the year 1997 that if you were a comic book or a video game and you put out anything bad, Hollywood did not want to touch you.
Now let me point something out here.
It was right before that time where no, it was just a lot of, if you weren't the established entertainment at that time, you got your ass whooped.
But let me point something out here.
Your ass whooped.
Open number 1, right? Anastasia number 2, the Rainmaker number 3, The Jackal number 4, Little Mermaid re-release number 5, Midnight in the Garden of Evil number 6, Starship Troopers number 7, Bean number 8, Man Who Knew Too Little number 9, and I Know What You Did Last number 10. Right, so you're like, all right, so what happened? So what happened on Thanksgiving weekend and what beat it out? Flubber and Alien Resurrection kicked the shit out of it second weekend.
I mean, it really doesn't help the fact that this movie was terrible.
It had no chance. You got Disney's Flubber, which in and of itself was I think did the movie flop actually?
It didn't flop. It wasn't a big hit though.
Okay. It wasn't.
I mean, it was Robin Williams.
It was very mid-range. Not a lot of people watched it. It was like this. Put it this way, Chris. You know how I feel about people in Disney movies? It was protected. It was heavily protected.
I do remember it being very protected because the
media
rollout for that movie.
But the media rollout for it was insane. But anyway,
Alien Resurrection, which we talked about in the previous show, that was the flop, right?
Yeah,
that one flopped. But yeah,
we talked about how Resurrection. It's kind of funny. Resurrection is a so bad it's good movie, but this one isn't. You know what I mean? Resurrection is a whole lot of bad, but at least we had fun with it.
Annihilation, like MK Annihilation, is just a movie that should have just never existed. This movie should have never existed. If I could use the Prince of the power of the Prince of Persia and the Sands of Time, I would go back and just stop this movie from being made. Now, by doing that, would that set off a chain reaction of shittier Mortal Kombat products?
Yeah, it would.
Because by doing that, would I sacrifice the existence of Mortal Kombat Legacy?
Actually, Eris, I think you mess it up more because if you told them to stop, they would probably stop and make another movie 5 years from now that is dreck as shit, but it's beloved. It's beloved, and it becomes the movie that everybody goes to, like it's motherfucking Iron Man 1 and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it will be like that. Like it ain't that. I put it to you this way. Annihilation. It like they had two choices: put out a movie fast or wait. And they chose fast because at that time, especially in the 90s, you didn't know when your star was going to stop. And that's especially back then when it comes to video games, especially with Congress trying to take your video games off the shelf, with people constantly, come on, Columbine, what happened a couple years after this, and Mortal Kombat would come up again. Actually, Columbine happened later on that year, and it would come, and they would mention Mortal Kombat as one of the things that was the reason why they kids shot up everything.
But guess what?
Mortal Kombat got his ass kicked for the rest
D,
of the decade off of this, man.
but guess what? Even though Columbine happened, Mortal Kombat is still here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's how it is.
Hold on. In fact, Mortal Kombat is probably more violent than it's ever been.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hella violent. You want to know something? Wow, my kids watch it. My kids looked at the new one and didn't move a muscle. That's
what happens when you grew up in the internet.
But here's the funny thing: the shit that we saw as kids, our parents were like, I don't know how y'all little niggas do that. You know what I mean? The shit that we used to look at, they were like, what?
I told a story. Like my first R-rated movie literally was the first Predator movie.
Me too.
My first,
and I watched it with my dad. With my dad, and I'm like, okay.
Dog, man, we had I think it was like Terminator or some shit for me. I think either that or a horror movie. I forgot what it was.
RoboCop was another one that I watched as a kid. I should have been watching it.
Happened in '99, but I do remember it.
No business watching RoboCop.
Thank you.
Now, a couple of things about Annihilation. One, so we talk about Robert Shaw in this movie. He was actually doing double duty. He was leading man and he was the choreographer for the movie in certain moments. And because of that, when Tony Jaa actually was his stunt double. So for certain scenes, if Robert Shaw had to film another scene, Tony Jaa will double for him in other scenes to where you probably see certain shots.
Tony Jaa?
Yep, Tony Jaa double for him. Yep, Tony Jaa.
That is hilarious that Tony Jaa was already making moves in America before Ong-Bak, long before Ong-Bak.
Mm-hmm. The guy that JJ Perry, who also was the stuntman for Scorpion, he was actually doubling to do the fights as Cyrax. And when him and Lynn Williams were fighting as Jax, which he said him and Lynn actually were actually legit fighting in that scene. They never hold any punches. He injured his ankle and he tripped over a power cable, which is why that Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight is so short.
No wonder.
So he was literally fighting on like an injured ankle.
So I gotta say something.
Weird, man. but even with all that, real quick, I'm sorry, Harris. Even with all that, that still screams rushed.
It's still
all that screams rushed to me. But go ahead.
Michael Jai White was supposed to be Jax.
He was, which is
thank God it didn't happen.
No, which is why it's so interesting that Michael Jai White showed up in that reboot, the first reboot attempt.
Well, he took Spawn instead of doing this, so
he did take Spawn, but
Spawn saved his career.
No, Chris. I'm talking about the reboot attempt.
Oh, I know.
2010.
Oh, I know the one that went on YouTube. That one.
Yeah. Like the one with him and Scott Adkins and freaking Lateef Crowder, like all of them. But anyways.
What about that? Great, so great. Overrated, great.
No, but something I want to point out before we end this. I remember walking out of the theater of the first MK, and everything of that about that first movie was memorable. And yes, you could say that we had the advantage of, it's the first big video game movie to take itself seriously, like unlike Street Fighter and all that stuff. Yeah, it had those advantages.
We were just 10, 11 years old.
Right. Mm-hmm. It had those advantages, but at the same time, I still look back fondly on the first movie. I walked out of the second movie at the theater remembering nothing. Nothing was memorable.
I went there that weekend and came out and all that.
As a kid,
I don't remember Jack, nigga. I remember me, my sister, and my cousin went. That's it.
As a kid, that is terrible. That's terrible to go to
very terrible,
and nothing had a lasting impression.
I just remember being spoiled by what happened because I didn't watch this movie till it hit pay-per-view. My parents paid the $5.99 for it, and I just remember at school. Dead serious. I was at National Christian Academy at the time. One of the older kids had saw it and they spoiled it for me that Johnny Cage got killed. And they described the scene like, yeah, Shao Kahn kills him and you see Johnny's glasses tink, tink, tink fall on the ground. I'm like, no. And then when they finally watched on pay-per-view, I was like, that's it.
Yeah. I remember that weekend. I remember coming back to school the very next week because it was Thanksgiving weekend. And I remember telling everybody, it was being like two other people. We was talking about how shit. Wow, 97 was fun.
How is it that I remember stuff from the Street Fighter movie vividly and
I will
ridiculous?
say this. Like I said, again, we were like it came out in 95. So I was
Yeah.
12 when it came out, and then when Annihilation came out, I was 14. So yeah, there's about of a gap
90
where when did
97.
Annihilation 97.
No, Annihilation came out in 97. The first
Yeah.
MK was 94.
95.
Well,
95.
95. Street
95.
Fighter was
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
I got that right. So so I was 12, about 14. So there is a bit of this little gap of maturing a little bit more. You might, what I mean, all the rest of that shit. But like you said, Eris, and this is the most important part, especially for at least us 90s kids that grew up in that time. This is the important part. How did you feel when you left? Do you remember what you did afterwards? Do you remember talking about it? Do you remember I can tell you this right now. The first one, I remember leaving that jump. I want to go right to the arcade and play Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt.
I played MK3 in the arcade before we went to go see the first movie. This is back when multiplex theater was still a thing in Alexandria.
Then Eris. Like I said, also, how did you feel, D? I still felt high. Why? Because I saw. I don't think so, dude. And everybody was hype. This one, it was.
Things happen.
All right, movie's over, y'all. Let's get up out of here. Come on, hurry up. Let's get that.
I gotta imagine the theater. I gotta imagine being in the theater and Johnny Cage gets killed. Somebody had to be like, "What the fuck?"
I remember everybody what?
The end of it,
going like that. That's all I remember.
The end of it when Outlaw turns back into Adenia and freaking Sonya and Jax high five at the end of the movie.
Yes.
I'm like, so let me get this straight. Sindel goes back to just being the queen and she's good, and Katana lives there, and all's wells in the world, like in all the realms, huh?
Hey, Eris, the only thing that was missing where everybody all happy was the song they played at the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit at Toontown. Da, 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 da. That's the only thing that was missing at the end.
I mean, let's be real. It is fitting though, because you're talking about 97. Power Rangers in Space had also dropped, and it did the same ending where, which. Andros, destroy my tube and release all the good in the world.
That did happen.
Divatox literally pulled a Sindel, and she goes from Divatox to, oh, she's good now. I'm like, what?
And Zed and Rita turned into regular ass humans.
It was like, so we got the MK Annihilation ending where the bad guys that were humanoid turned into good. Okay, I guess, sure.
Whatever you say, movie.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine.
I mean, what? No. What
again?
No, what happened? Like what happened, movie? Did Orbital say no? You couldn't play Halcyon again?
I mean, it was funny. That's probably why I appreciate MK11's ending, where it's so dire they had to go back to the future and was like, all right, time travel. All right, fuck this shit. Mm-hmm. Time travel for the end of the world, and then boom, reboot. So now it's Kan Lao. He's the new guy now, and Shang Tsung is the new. I'm like
Liu Kang
is the new elder god.
He's the new elder god of thunder and fire, and
Kung Lao is the new
Liu Kang.
All right, I guess reboot. There it is. Cool.
It's another reboot.
Only
quite fitting. I mean, after this last trilogy, reboot it again.
Yeah, might as well. So hey, do Mortal Kombat reboot. We got our man Cole with the golden arms.
AKA Wish.com Cobra.
Man.
So that was 3 Black Geeks this week.
So MK Annihilation, guys. What do we got next?
Next week, y'all. Going on our way to Juneteenth. We're gonna go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off this week. Next week, Save the Last Dance.
Ooh, say what? Ooh, girl,
just do what I'm doing. Just do what I'm doing. Just do what I'm doing. Hey, fun little story. 6 years ago, when I was getting all this done in my hair, that's the movie I was watching.
Ooh, that's
And you know what I
torture.
did when I was
That's
watching that
torture.
movie? Seriously, I fell asleep watching.
Let me tell you
the
something,
movie
folks.
When I was getting my hair done.
Let me tell you something, folks. Save the Last Dance would never survive Twitter today if it was released. Because
It wouldn't
holy
survive.
shit.
You want to know something funny? It wouldn't survive Twitter. It will release on Netflix like nothing.
Well, just like the Bring It On
nothing.
movies.
There will be Chris, movies like Say the Last Dance coming out now don't get no. I mean, they don't. It's like the black girl that overlooks it. Okay, I like it. Go. Like nobody's checking the work.
I mean,
so
just
so yeah, it will get ate up by Twitter. Oh fuck yeah, it's getting a release. Oh, it's definitely getting a release at a higher release than it should.
I mean, and the only difference is we unfortunately don't get the Kerry Washington ugly face in this movie. So
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
You sure about
But
that? Because Carrie been making that shit looking face all her life, nigga.
But we did get a movie that gave us the things that these movies back in the 90s and 2000s did, where we get the single young black mom. I hated that fucking trope. I so fucking hated that shit.
I just liked how white people thought that if it was a black high school, there's at least one girl that
Single
has a
mom.
baby in the middle of the fucking whatever. We do that next week. We'll see y'all next week. We're done with this.
Peace.
You let him live? I would dare.